everyone, welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. Thank you for joining us. Today's topic is habitats and water. So no matter where an animal lives, what its habitat is in the wild, and there's a bunch of different habitats, oceans, rainforests, and deserts, animals need basic things in their habitat for them to be able to live there and survive. You guys can probably think of some of those things. You just kind of think about yourself. What do you need to survive? So we need things like food. Some animals just need plants, they're herbivores, or there are meat eaters, so they're going to need their meat. Another thing you need to survive is water, right? You need to stay hydrated and drink water. You also need shelter of some sort. So for some animals, this might be a cave, under a rock, or a tree. They also need to be able to breathe, and for that we breathe oxygen. So we need it from the air. Fish, for example, need it from the water that they live in. You also need sunlight, since that is the start of all the food chains and food webs in the environment. And then animals also need space. So they need to have space to be able to move around and find their food and find mates and find what they need in order to survive. So humans can affect a lot of these things in a habitat and negatively affect the animals that live into them. For example, if we are polluting the air, then that's going to make it hard for animals to be able to breathe and have that clean air that they need. You're chopping down trees, then you're taking away their shelter. And another thing we have an effect on is water. So that's what we're talking about today. Water is super important. Birds of prey and all birds need water for a bunch of different things. They need water for drinking in order to stay hydrated. Some need water for locomotion in order to swim. Others, like bald eagles, need water for hunting, since the prey they eat live in water. And again, they need water for bathing and keeping themselves clean. Here's a video of one of our old great horned owls, Bogey. He loved taking a bath. Now, water here in Florida, most of our drinking water does come from 60 feet under our feet in the Floridan Aquifer. Now we use that aquifer to pump up the water to the surface. It usually gets treated by your city or your county, run through all the pipes, and when you turn on the faucet, that's how your water gets to you. The issue there is the aquifer gets replenished from rainwater. However, even though we get a lot of rain here in Central Florida, only about a quarter of that rain actually makes it through the layers of limestone to replenish our Floridan aquifer. We are reaching the point where we will be taking too much water out of our aquifer and not enough is getting back into it. And that's not just for Florida. There's water problems all over the country. So that's where we come in. Finding ways to reduce your water use can have a big effect. Now I want you all to think about how much water you use in a day. Think about when you wash your hands or you take a shower, you're loading the dishwasher, maybe doing some laundry, you're flushing the toilet, things like that. Add that up in your head and take a guess at how many gallons you as a single person are using in one day. The average Floridian uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water in one single day. That's one person. Most people, however, guess a lot less than that, and that's a problem, because if you don't realize how much water you're using, you don't realize how much water you could be saving. Some simple ways you can reduce your water use at home are things we usually know about, like turning off the water when you are brushing your teeth or soaping up in the shower. You can also switch out your fixtures for water-reducing fixtures. Things like adding an aerator or a low-flow shower head automatically uses less water, even if you don't cut down the time of your shower. Efficiency aerators can save up to 40% of water used in your faucets. And since your faucets make up about 15% of your overall water use, that can make a really big difference. There's all sorts of creative ways to be able to reduce your water usage. When you're done drinking and you've got ice in the bottom of your glass, or if you've just boiled pasta and there's water in the pot, you can use the ice or that leftover water to water your plants. Another fun thing to do is to get a shower timer. Put it up in the shower and see if you can beat your score or the time that it takes you to take a shower. See if you can come up with fun, creative ways for your families to be able to save water. Don't forget, humans aren't the only one that need water. We need to make sure it's clean for the environment and the animals that live in it too. All right, that's it for today's Lunch and Learn. Hopefully you learned something new. We'll see you next weekday at noon with a new topic.